simple logic of price formation in Nigeria is that there's inflation. Inflation is high. And if inflation is high, the monetary policy rate has to be high. And if the monetary policy rate is high, that's the minimum lenders can use, the markup on the monetary policy rate. So the question is, if the beginning of the problem is that there's a high rate of inflation, what do you do to inflation? And that's why we are talking of infrastructure. What is one of the major obvious causes of inflation in Nigeria? It's structural, it's cost push. It's based on the fact that there's a huge infrastructure deficit. So whatever you, let me give you a very simple example. Nigerians should know this. Again, let me take Zaria. That's my good example. You produce tomatoes and particularly potatoes in Zaria. You are a farmer. You load 10 trucks. You're on your way to either Onitsha or to Lagos or to Port Harcourt. Because the roads are so bad, somewhere, before you reach any of these destinations, 3 of the trucks will collapse. The trucks carried them will shatter into pieces. And the goods, of course, will perish. So you have lost 3 trucks out of 10. When you reach your destination, you are going to sell the remaining 7 trucks at the cost of 10 as a producer. That's inflation. You are selling 7 for the price of 10. Now, this is a simple example of how inflation forms. Why are you selling 7 for the price of 10? It's because the infrastructure is deficient. And now the same thing happens with power, with rail. So all the totality of infrastructure, because of the deficit, are the major source of inflationary impulse, which now transmits into higher price, which transmits into higher interest rates. So we have to get the logic of how it flows. So the fact of the point that of focusing on infrastructure through external borrowing is in itself an indirect way of unwinding that process of price escalation, bringing it downwards through infrastructure, start winding downwards.